Today I would like to share with you a few preschool workbooks that I recently picked up from a local homeschool store. And so I just wanted to show you inside of them because we've been really enjoying them, and I would highly recommend them for your very early learner, ages about 3 and 4. So stay tuned and I'll show you inside. Hi everyone, welcome to our homeschool table. My name is Jerilyn. I am a homeschool mom of 3 kids, ages 10, 4, and 1. And here on my channel, I like to share all about homeschool related things. So resources, planning, organization, curriculum reviews, and everything in between. So I hope that you'll click that subscribe button down below and give this video a thumbs up. Recently, I picked these resources up at a local homeschool store nearby us, and there are actually 4 in the series, but I only have the first 3. That's all that they had where I was. So this one is called About 3, and it says that it's for 3 or 4-year-olds. Then we have Bigger Steps, and this is for 4-year-olds. And then Color, Count, and Cut is also for 4-year-olds. This is more of an activity coloring book. And then there's another 4th one called Doing My Best. These are put out by Study Time Publishers. I've seen these at different booths at curriculum fairs. So I've seen them at the Rod and Staff booth, and I've also seen them at the Christian Light Education booth. So if you're at a homeschool convention or going to one here in the near future, those might be some places that you can purchase these without ordering them online. They're very inexpensive. I paid $3.25 a piece for these books. And so now I'm just going to show you inside so that you can get a glimpse of some activities that might be good for your 3 and 4-year-olds. Here's the first book, All About 3. This is a beginning activity workbook for 3 or 4-year-olds. And there's a little note to the parents here, but this whole first section is just about learning how to control some sort of a writing utensil. So a crayon, a pencil, something like that. I like to use those really fat crayons so that my son can hold on to them very easily. So there's a little story that goes along. We didn't really use this because he's not interested in those types of things, but I know that if I had done this with my daughter, she would definitely have wanted me to read those little stories. But you just practice starting at the dot and moving the crayon across to the other dot, and the goal is to keep it in line between the top line and the bottom line. So there are several. They start out very small, they get a little bit bigger, and as you can see, we've already done this workbook, most of it. Another one that I thought was really good is teaching what is the same and what's different. So they're supposed to put an X on the picture that's different. And I assisted, I did hand over hand to help my son make the X because he hasn't really done much with coloring and handwriting and all of that. It's just not something that he's been super interested in until probably February or March. So that is why I got some of these little workbooks. He really thought that these were fun, where you're driving something and having to stay within the lines. So here's another what's the same and what's different. This one's a little trickier, trying to find the matching object on the other side. And then this is helping them to make their pencil go in different directions. So down, curved. There are other ones like these that go up and up again. They're just very sweet little pages and really help with some fine motor skills. So that is basically the end. There's just a couple pages we haven't done of the first book. And then we will go on and see the next one. So the next one is called Bigger Steps, and it starts out very similar. Now you're supposed to actually stay on the line as much as possible. Very simple activities, but very helpful for just those very beginner skills of matching, seeing what is the same and what's different, figuring out which cookie goes on which plate. My son will love that one. This one is circling which one is the same. So you're looking at this picture, and which one of these is the same? Circle that one. A little bit of number practice, but I really like that they kept the numbers very, very large, which is really necessary for young children. You want that motion to be very big. So we're just practicing numbers 1 and 2 in this book. And then here on the very back page, it starts to practice up to 5. So that was the second book, Bigger Steps. And now we'll look at the last book, Color, Count, and Cut. We haven't really used scissors yet, so this will hopefully be a good introduction. We have practiced colors, so color the wagon and the sign red. Now the only problem with these activities for my son is that he doesn't want to do what the workbook tells you to. And so that is actually one thing that we are working on, and partly why I wanted to get these is because I thought it would help him to learn to follow directions and not just do whatever he wanted. So I'm hoping this will be good. He does have to be in just the right mood to want to do these booklets, so I have to catch him at a good time. But I'm not going to require any kind of structure to getting these books finished. It's just kind of, hey, do you want to do something today? And then if he does, he does. If he doesn't, that's okay too. Lots of color matching, color things a certain color, finding the balls that are the same again, and numbers 1 and 2. And now we're introducing number 3. I bet that the 4th book is probably going to have something to do with numbers 1 through 5. That's just my guess. And so that was the 3rd book. Well, I hope that it was helpful for you to see inside of these little workbooks. They're very short and simple, but I really like the skills that they help to develop. And I knew that I needed something a little bit more beginner from the Rodden Staff A through H books that I already have on my shelf, because they seemed a little bit more advanced than what he is currently. So I thought that these would be really great to kind of come before that. Now, I do have a flip through of some of those booklets as well that I did last summer, I think. And so I will link a video up in the iCards and down below in the description box for you if you're interested in seeing those preschool books. Some places like Christian Light Education recommend the other set of books that I have a video about for kindergarten, and other people have used them in preschool. So I'm not really sure if we're going to get to them this coming school year when he is 4, or if we're going to wait until he's 5 for those other workbooks. But for now, we are going to work on these. We have finished the first one already, and we will be hopefully soon starting the second booklet. If you have any questions, please let me know down below in the comments, and I am happy to answer those things for you. If you're interested in any other preschool videos that I have, I will leave a playlist up above and down below for you so that you can see some of the other things that we're using for preschool. Don't forget to click that subscribe button down below and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today at our homeschool table, and we'll see you next time.